This story in particular, I find to be pretty cool because it's a guy who is a designer. He's an architect, and his goal is to make some new buildings that he knows are mathematically and structurally possible. Unfortunately, this scenario is a time where Ayn Rand has painted and created a scene and story where she wants to talk about like human defiance. And it's like saying, no, I'm gonna do my thing. Don't tell me what to do. It was just my paraphrase, you know? I love it. I really do. And so this guy, he's really logical, he's really direct. He wants to build things that he knows are possible with concrete and steel. But this is a time where Roman, Greek structures, that kind of facade and design with marble and granite are prevalent. So everybody wants to build that stuff, and like you can't really build that stuff pretty high or tall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, the point that I got reminded here of when we were talking about busy schedules, and one quote from this book is like, it was Howard Rourke, and he's the main character. And it's where he's relaxing on vacation, and the author is writing about him, and it says he was relaxing like a cat. Right. So like super intense in his life because he's fighting everybody on designs, and like making a business and a firm. But then when he's relaxing, he's like, which I think is cool. Does that make sense? That's the connection.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. It's a good book, right? There's another one of hers that I like. That is it okay if I get into it?
Okay.
All right. Atlas Shrugged. This one is also one of my particular favorites. Again, these are all pretty extreme. Like, look at her face. Okay, all right. Wow, look at her face. She looks like she's the big sister of the lady from Harry Potter. That's the aunt, like Aunt Beatrix, or the crazy one. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Like,
She's the witch that's crazy in Harry Potter. She's the auntie, like the evil one.
oh, okay.
You know who I'm talking about, right? The crazy looking
The crazy.
one. Hold on. Okay, I'll show you. All right. Witch Beatrice from Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now you know exactly, right?
Mhm.
Then it's like, dink. Oh my God. Okay, so she wrote this book too. Okay. And this one is called Atlas Shrugged. And I really like this book because it teaches you something about kind of the Pareto principle, actually. All right, let's see here. The Pareto principle. All right. So we got a few things happening for our warm up. We got like busy schedules versus being slow, right? That makes me think of idle hands are of the devil, right? There's another book, and the other book is called The Fountainhead. And then we went into Atlas Shrugged that I have yet to explain, and it kind of explains the Pareto principle, right? Now, there are so many applications of this that many people have talked about. Um, would you like to know the one about filmmaking?
Mhm.
Okay. The one about filmmaking is that everything that you do to prepare is pretty much 80% of it and the edit, right? And then 20% is like actually your shooting time or work or other things. I don't know. It's like the quality has to do with 80% of those factors. And then 20% is only like the actual action. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So now Atlas Shrugged is kind of interesting because it's where there's this concept where maybe there's 100% of people in a company, like a railroad company, for example,
Mhm.
and 20% of them do 80% of the work, or 80% of them, just do the standard, and like 20% work like amazingly well. It's like it's hard to confirm, but it's this general idea, right? And so there's this guy named John Galt where all these people in like 1910s like swing time, everybody's partying and like has cool dance moves, is just chilling and playing, and like everybody's saying, who is John Galt, right? And like it's like c'est la vie, or I don't know, je ne sais quoi. That's, I have no idea, you know. Melu. In Swahili, I think I learned it's like Sijui or something. Yeah, I think Sijui means I don't know in Swahili. I have to ask my friend. But yeah, and like it's like, who is Chango? And the story is that he's actually a real dude, right? And he left, and then all these people kind of started following him, and then the rest of the world just started going to complete crap. Like the railways started breaking down, the food service got disrupted, logistics here all had these problems. You know, it's where the people that work really hard and do things well, they went to like this beautiful Colorado Valley, and they essentially said, screw everybody. All right. And then they started making all these little cities and industries and businesses in this area. And it's like all the people who left. It's kind of interesting. The other cool thing that was noteworthy here is we got FEMA response to COVID-19. FEMA. No, that's not that. Okay. I hope I can find this video. And I just want to show you about 30 seconds of it. I just want to show you the way that this guy talked and the plan that he made. But outlines response to COVID-19. Looking for the guy's face. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. Oh, it's Fannie Mae too. It's a little bit old. It was like right after everything hit. Where is this guy? Oh man, I can't find it. I'm gonna just have to like try to imitate it for you. That's rough. Okay, all right. It's okay. I'll try for you. Okay, all right. It was basically like this, where it wasn't my face. It was the most Rip Roy general you can absolutely imagine. Okay.
Mhm.
And he starts talking about how FEMA and FEMIME are going to organize efforts into converting universities and hotels that are not being used during the pandemic to be negative pressure emergency treatment places. He was going to send all of the engineers and also set up a care package inside of every room, and then make sure that it's set up in a negative pressure way, as well as all of the doctors and nurses have exactly what they need as soon as they get in there with the patient. Yeah, and it was like 2 minutes, and he was like, you know, and he outlined this whole plan, you know, like how it was all going to get paid for, how it was going to get done, the timeline, what they were going to do, who are the action people, who's responsible. It was like so proper. Yeah, and then like imagine if that guy leaves, right, and says, no, I'm not going to work for the government anymore. And that's this concept of Atlas Shrugged. Who is John Galt? Cool book.
Mhm.
Thank you for your, okay, all right. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's also a movie too. You can watch the movie too. I don't see a lot of people these days that are okay to read like 1,000 or 1,500 pages, because I haven't had time to do it for a while. Yeah. Okay, all right. Ending this here. Bump bump. All right.